Welcome back to the Crypto World channel, everyone. My name is Josh, and right now, Bitcoin is rejecting from this critical area of resistance again, as the price is still playing out this short-term bearish divergence, while Ethereum is also rejecting from critical resistance, and Solana is also playing out this bearish divergence in the short term. So I'll be talking about all of that and more later in the video, so definitely watch to the end. First of all, just before we take a look at the Bitcoin charts today, we need to take a look at the Bitcoin news today, because over the last one day, we saw a massive net inflow again into the spot Bitcoin ETFs, despite the short-term pullback, which means essentially the big players in the market right now, Wall Street and these major ETF providers, are basically piling into Bitcoin right now, especially BlackRock, because on Wednesday, we saw one of the largest net inflows, and especially one of the largest inflows into the BlackRock ETF specifically, just on Wednesday, because on Wednesday we saw an inflow just into BlackRock of over $872 million US, and a total net inflow into the spot Bitcoin ETFs of nearly $900 million US just on Wednesday. And so overall, once again, despite the short-term pullback that we're seeing right now due to other factors like this bearish divergence, which I'll talk about in just a moment, but despite this happening just in the short term, the big players in the market are still buying massive amounts of Bitcoin. And so as I explained in my last video here on the channel, if this continues moving forward, obviously due to the fact that Bitcoin has a strict supply limit, it is extremely scarce, obviously this will eventually force the price of Bitcoin upwards, as there's less and less Bitcoin to go around if these inflows continue. But with that being said, taking a look at the Bitcoin charts today, on the 4-day Bitcoin chart, we have now finally confirmed the bullish flip in the 4-day Bitcoin super trend indicator from red back to green. And this has now been confirmed with one 4-day candle close, which is technically a bullish signal on the larger time frames. And looking at the 2-day Bitcoin chart, technically speaking, we're still holding above this significant line on the price chart, which is sitting at around 65,000 approximately. So for as long as we're holding above that line in terms of the larger price structure, we're still looking very bullish as of right now, despite short-term pullbacks. As I always say, during these larger bullish moves, we can see short-term pullbacks along the way up, just like how during a larger bearish trend, we can see short-term pumps here and there along the way down. And so it's important to understand the difference between the different time frames. Of course, on small time frames right now, in the short term, things are looking a little bit more bearish as of right now, seeing a short-term cool-off, which was expected. But when we're zooming out, as of right now, we're still looking more bullish than bearish. And if we're taking a look at the daily Bitcoin chart, of course, right now we are rejecting from this critical area of resistance, which I've been warning about over and over again here on the channel since before we hit this resistance, and that's sitting in between around 72,000 to 74,000. So just keep in mind that area is still acting as strong resistance, which means the price will likely struggle in this area, exactly as we've seen over the last few days. But as for support, if we see a further short-term pullback here, we do have support in this price range in between around 66.7k to 68.3k. So just keep that in mind. Of course, we still have support in that range, but even if we pull back further, we also have support at around 65,000 approximately, based on this previous line of resistance now acting as new support. But overall, in terms of the larger trend and momentum as of right now, things are looking more bullish. It's just, of course, we're struggling around key resistance as of right now, which is to be expected, as I've been warning about recently here on the channel, and seeing a slight short-term cool-off. Because if we're looking at the daily Bitcoin RSI recently, just over the last few days, this entered into overbought territories again, which, as I've warned about over the last few days, this means we're due to see a bit of a cool-off very soon in the form of either a short-term pullback or at least some choppy sideways price action in order to reset the RSI, which can reset the price, basically pulling back the price, which can ultimately give us more room to the upside later on to continue the bullish trend higher later on at some point after we first see this short-term cool-off, which is now playing out. And looking at this daily Bitcoin chart, for as long as we're holding above around 66,500 to nearly 67,000, for as long as we're holding above that level, technically speaking, the bullish breakout for this bullish cup and handle pattern is still currently active. And if we're zooming further into the short term, looking at just the 1-hour Bitcoin chart, we can still see this bearish divergence perfectly playing out. As I've said over the last one day in my last video here on the channel, I said we now have a bearish divergence actively playing out. And as I said yesterday, this will likely play out at least over the next one day as well. And that's exactly what we've seen as expected, a continued short-term cool-off. So basically a break, a bit of a setback from all of this bullish momentum momentum that we saw previously. And so that is simply the situation right now in the short term. We're cooling off from all of this bullish price action. We've lost a lot of bullish momentum in the immediate short term when we're talking about a matter of hours or a matter of days. But when we're talking about a matter of weeks or months on the larger timeframes, technically things are looking more bullish as of right now on those larger timeframes. And so not a lot has changed over the last one day. Things are still playing out pretty much perfectly so far, as I explained in my last video. And if you want to trade these moves, even if they're bearish, you can use short positions, for example, to make money along the way down. And personally, I take most of my trades over on Bybit, so I'll make sure to leave a link to Bybit down below this video in the description and in the pinned comment. And if you use that link down below this video to make your Bybit account and deposit on that account, then you can get up to a $30,000 deposit bonus, but only if you use that link down below this video. And also, if you use that link, it'll take you to this page right here, which is a 500 USDT position airdrop. So basically a free $500 trade as your first trade over on Bybit, but that is only if you use that link below this video to make your Bybit account and deposit on that account. And so if you're going to be trading crypto anyway, you might as well check this out. Once again, first link down below this video. But for whatever reason, if you cannot access Bybit or if you cannot KYC on Bybit, there's also Bitnex, which is another crypto exchange similar to Bybit, but you don't need KYC for Bitnex, which means if you're in the US or the UK, for example, or another country where you might not be able to access Bybit, you can access Bitnex. And so I'll also make sure to leave a link to Bitnex down below this video. And if you use that link, you can get up to a 5.5k deposit bonus. And only if you use that link, you can get an exclusive 10% discount on all trading fees on the Bitnex exchange forever. But that is only if you use that link to make your Bitnex account. And so as another option out there, one that you can access from the US, for example, once again, there's Bitnex links down below if you want to claim those extra bonuses. But with that being said, taking a look at the Bitcoin liquidation heat map, and if we're looking at the last 1 year worth of price action, we still have a lot of liquidity to the upside, mainly at around 74,000 approximately. We have a major amount of liquidity, which means if we can see a breakout above 74,000, that will be extremely bullish once we actually see that breakout above 74,000, because that would likely trigger a major short squeeze, basically pushing the price much further to the upside, because we also have liquidity in this price range as well, in between around 75,000 to 78,000. So essentially, if we break out above 74,000, expect a massive short squeeze into new all-time highs, closer towards $80,000 in a matter of days or weeks after we first confirm a breakout above 74,000. But once again, before we see that, we're likely still going to play out a bit of a short-term cool-off, just to cool off all of this bullish momentum here, take a bit of a break in the short term, and then eventually regain some strength to ultimately see a breakout later on at some point. And if we're taking a look at Ethereum on the 3-day time frame, right now the price of ETH is still in a massive sideways price range, looking relatively neutral on the larger time frames in between this area of support and this level of resistance. First of all, this area of support is still sitting in between around 2150 to 2.2k, and we still have significant resistance at around 2.8k. And if we're zooming into the 12-hour time frame, obviously over the last 1 to 2 days, we've seen a perfect rejection from this exact area of resistance that I've been warning about over and over again here on the channel, and that's sitting in between around 2.7k to 2.8k. And so for now, that is still acting as strong resistance, which means expect the price to struggle in this area, exactly as we've just seen. But when it comes to support, as of right now, at the time of recording this video, we're running into this area of support in between around 2550 to 2580. But if we start breaking back below that area, in that case, the next area of support to the downside is sitting in between around 2440 to 2475. And we also have this ascending line of support also sitting at close to 2470. And for as long as we're holding above this ascending line of support, at least in the somewhat shorter term, technically speaking, this price structure is still looking bullish as of right now, while we're still holding above this ascending line of support. But if we were to break back below around 2440, for example, in that case, of course, in the shorter term, that would be a very bearish signal, likely sending the price back down towards this area in between around 2280 to around 2320. So in that price range right there is the next major area of support to the downside if we actually break below around 2440. But obviously for now, that is still the support to pay attention to if we first break below around 2550. And if we're zooming further into the short term, looking at the 4-hour time frame, as I already warned about over the last 1 to 2 days here on the channel, of course, the 4-hour Ethereum RSI basically started to get extremely close and just about about entered into overbought territories, which was a sign telling us that we're basically ending the bullish divergence. That was a signal telling us that we're coming to the end for this bullish divergence here. So essentially, do not expect any more bullish price action based on this pattern right here, is what I said over the last 1 to 2 days when the price was right around here. And so like I said in my last 1 to 2 videos, in order to expect much more bullish price action beyond this point, we need to break out above this key area of resistance, which for now has not happened. So the price is still rejecting and cooling off here in the short term from this resistance. And overall, Ethereum will likely follow similar price action to what Bitcoin is doing. So of course, with Bitcoin experiencing a bit of a pullback in the short term, Ethereum is seeing something very similar. And for example, if Bitcoin bounces from key support and then ultimately breaks out into new all-time highs, of course that will also help the price of ETH flip back into the bullish direction as well. So pay attention to what Bitcoin is doing if you want to know what is likely going to happen for Ethereum. And if we're taking a look at Solana on the daily time frame, we are also seeing a perfect rejection from this exact area of resistance that I've been warning about over and over again here on the channel since before we hit this resistance, and that's sitting in between around 183 to 187, and we rejected from pretty much exactly 183. Just as we crossed above 183, that's exactly where the price started to struggle here in the short term as expected. So for now, that is still acting as very strong resistance as we've seen previously. And as for support, we do have significant support in this price range in between around 159 to 163. So pay attention to that price range as major support. And if we were to break back below around 159, at least in the short term, that would be an extremely bearish signal if we first break back below 159. But for now, once again, that is still currently acting as support. And while we're holding above that area of support, technically speaking, the larger price structure on this daily time frame and the larger trend and momentum as of right now is looking more bullish than bearish, as we are seeing higher lows and higher highs and still technically playing out this inverse head and shoulders pattern, which is a bullish pattern with a price target at just above $200. But remember, the price does not move in a straight line straight towards this price target. It's very normal to see pullbacks along the way during this larger bullish move. And also, we cannot ignore resistance, which is exactly where the price rejected from over the last few days. And another reason as to why we're seeing this short-term pullback, on top of the fact that we are rejecting from this key area of resistance, is also due to the fact that we're playing out this bearish divergence, as I've already been warning about over and over again here on the channel, here on the 4-hour time frame. Because as of right now, we've already confirmed higher highs in the candle closes in the price and lower highs in the 4-hour Solana RSI, which is of course a bearish divergence, as I've already been saying here on the channel, which means we're likely going to see a pullback here in the short term, or at the very least some sideways price action. So basically a reduced bullish momentum. So not really any bullish momentum here in the short term is what we're due to see right now. And so far over the last 1 to 2 days, this has been playing out pretty much perfectly as expected. And so ultimately, this is just helping to reset this RSI, for example, especially on larger time frames, resetting the RSI, which can ultimately give us more room to the upside later on to ultimately continue that bullish trend later on, for as long as we're still remaining in bullish price structure on the larger time frames, which means ideally remaining above this area on the price chart in between 159 to 163. That is the level to hold if we are to remain bullish on these larger time frames when we're talking about the larger price structure or the larger trend and momentum. But when we're looking at short-term support and resistance, just over the last few hours, we've now broken back below this area, which was previous support. And so technically speaking, this could be acting as new resistance in the short term in between around 171 to 173. And of course, if we break out back above 173, we still have this significant area of resistance in between 183 to 187. And now if we continue playing out this short-term bearish divergence, which is likely going to happen at least over the next day, maybe over the next few days, but at least over the next 1 day, we're likely going to continue playing out this bearish divergence in a short-term cool-off. And so if this happens, the next major area of support, at least in the short term, is sitting in between around 162 to 164. And like I said, for Ethereum, Solana will also likely follow similar price action to what Bitcoin is doing. So obviously with Bitcoin playing out this bearish divergence and rejecting from key resistance here in the short term, this of course is resulting in a short-term pullback for Bitcoin, which is overall bearish, at least in the short term, for the overall crypto market, which is why we're seeing a lot of other altcoins, not just Bitcoin, not just Ethereum and Solana, but the overall crypto market is also experiencing a slight pullback as of right now on average. But once we see some sort of bounce for the price of Bitcoin, then at that point, we will likely also see a bounce for the rest of the crypto market on average as well. So just pay attention to what Bitcoin is doing if you want to know what's likely going to happen with Ethereum, Solana, and a lot of other altcoins. But with that being said, if you want to trade these moves, as always, check out those links down below this video to claim those extra bonuses. And if you want to actually know how to trade crypto, no matter if the price is bullish, bearish, or chopping around sideways, then make sure to watch these videos popping up right here on your screen. The video in the top left shows you how you can profit from bullish or bearish price action using long positions or short positions, and the video in the bottom left shows you how you can easily profit from choppy sideways price action. But anyway, that is everything that I have to say for today. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video.